Hello, and in this video we're going to look at performing the two jumper set reference or calibration method with FiberTEK IV. To do that we'll need two jumpers on each end, so 4 jumpers in total, and we'll need 2 couplers. We're using SC in this case. So 4 jumpers and 2 couplers. To start the set reference process, we'll hit the Preferences menu, choose the option for set reference, and cycle through to the 2 jumper method shown at the top here. So we want 2 jumpers and normal. And in this case, it's showing us to connect 2 jumpers on each end with the coupler in between. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. We want to make sure we clean our jumpers before we insert them. And when we insert the last connector, we should get the chime that it's connected. We'll press start at the bottom right. Let it run the referencing process. And again, in this process, it's taking the combined power measurement for both ends here, and it's going to store or reference that value for future measurements. And in future measurements, the loss, there'll be less power than there is now, which is a loss. So now it's showing us that we should disconnect those couplers, and we'll be ready to plug into our cable under test. But before I disconnect, what I want to show you is that what we're looking at here, aside from a jumble of cables, is that one of these cables is going to the main handset and one is to the remote handset. So what we've done is we've referenced out or calibrated out both of these jumpers and this connection. So when we connect to our cabling under test, we're only going to be connecting or measuring what's new, or essentially the new the cabling in one jumper. So I'm just going to put a single mode jumper in here just for a visual reference. So when I'm ready to test, I'm going to disconnect, and we would normally connect this into our panel, but I'll just use this coupler as a substitute for our panel. So I would then connect the cabling under test, which for demonstration purposes is just going to be this single mode jumper, just so we have a different color to make it easier to see. And again, always cleaning everything before we connect. And you'll notice now we need another coupler. This would be the connector at the opposite side of the link. And when I connect this back, we should hear the chime again. Okay, so now it's connected. So we know that one of these blue jumpers and one of these couplers has already been calibrated out. So all that we're going to measure in this case is this short piece of cabling and this new coupler. So aside from the loss of single mode cable, if this were a multi-mode cable, there would be no loss in this short piece of cable here. And we would expect to see about 0.2 dB, typically 0.75 max, but typically about 0.2 or 0.3 dB loss for this coupler. And that would be what we're measuring. We're not measuring the loss of this coupler, which was already connected when we did the measurement. So that's how we do a 2-jumper set ref. I hope that clears things up, and thank you for watching.